road this fall might look a little bit different than in years past.
Now, while airfare has dropped a bit, there are some major concerns hanging over this fall travel season. So for more on that, Mike Valerio joins us live from Los Angeles with more. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Tori and Carrie, good afternoon to you. I just checked my computer, about $150 to fly from Greenville to here in Los Angeles in the middle of October. Sounds great, except we have the potential for strikes. And oh yeah, a government shutdown in 9 days to potentially roil those prices and upend travel plans.
Fall is here, and with it usually comes ideal travel conditions. Flights and gas are typically cheaper and airports less crowded.
September and October marks a time when most students go back to school. Folks head back to regular work schedules after a more flexible summer.
This year, however, could look very different. Gas prices reached record highs this week, and the national average remains above $3.85, according to AAA. The good news, according to an expert from the travel app Hopper, autumn airfares are 9% less expensive than last year and 10% cheaper than in 2019.
This is in part due to higher capacity on the airline side and the opening of international demand this summer.
But that higher capacity could hit a snag. Contract negotiations continue with flight attendants at 4 major airlines as they inch closer to potential strikes. The looming government shutdown could also cause major travel headaches. TSA officers would have to work without pay, threatening delays across the country. It would also halt training on new air traffic controllers at a time when they're already struggling with staff shortages.
A government shutdown would stop us in our tracks. It would stop training at just the moment when we're finally trending positive again.
So we talked about the potential for flight attendants to go on strike, and that threat is most acute at American Airlines, but there's also the potential that some pilots could go on strike. That potential is growing at Southwest Airlines, but it's more and more likely that we won't know if that becomes a reality for a month plus, Tori and Carrie.
Ooh, we gotta wait a little bit. We gotta be patient. In terms of that good news about the fall travel, Mike, is there any other reason why airfares are dropping right now?
Yeah, we asked travel analysts about that, like what's the magic for these fares dropping, and they said that after Labor Day, airlines anticipate that they're going to have fewer and fewer travelers. So they drop their fares to try to entice people like you and me to take another trip before Thanksgiving because like, oh, I want to go to Asheville, I want to go to Greenville, or I want to go to Mexico. The flight is like $100. Why not? So that is the logic behind why fares drop around this time of year.
And Mike, a lot of us were planning our vacations, planning to go home maybe over the holidays. Yep. So how long will these prices stay reasonable? I say reasonable because I think some people might still think they're high.
True.
And how quickly should people act if they want to get them?
They'll stay reasonable until the very beginning of November. So we're in a sweet spot right now. So when we talk to, the travel analysts who we use for our reporting from this story, they said, book now. If you're thinking about being on the fence about taking a plane somewhere, now is a great time to book. Fares will start to creep up in October, and then they'll really, of course, escalate as we get closer to Thanksgiving. And that, swoop up of the curve, it begins in the very first week of November. So this is sweet. This is the sweet spot. Let's go. Let's take a trip.
Let's take a trip.
Yeah, Mike, you said the ticket's $150 to come here, right?
I know. Yeah. Hey, we're either going to have to come out to LA or come on down to Greenville.
Yep.
Mike, come check it out.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Thanks, Mike.